to this happy place, welcome.
Hey guys, it's Tim, and I'm with my wife, Adrienne.
Tina.
What?
Oh, no,
Tina Turner.
Tina. What? Of all the Tinas.
I don't know any other Tina. Honestly, I don't. Don't look at me like that.
Do you know Tina Turner?
We're like BFFs.
You don't know of any other Tinas? Think about it. Because you don't know Tina Turner. I just want to put that out there. He does not personally know Tina Turner.
You'd be surprised. No, I don't.
Tina Fey.
Okay, Tina Fey. Yeah. You mean Liz Lemon?
Tina Smith down the street.
I don't. You're making people up now. Hey, episode 32.
32.
Way to go, us.
Episode 33, we will be doing from Club 33.
Yes.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. So that's where we're going to be this week. No, we're not. No. We're not going to be there. We do not have however much money is to be a member there. Something like 10 grand or something.
There's like a huge wait list, right?
Yeah, there's like a 50-year wait list to get on it. So I don't know.
Is it really 50?
I don't know. It's something crazy like that. Don't quote me on that. I don't know. I'm not going to Google it either.
And like, how do you get on? Do you have to like put money down to be on the wait list?
I don't think so. I think they actually stopped taking names for the wait list because it's gotten so long that it's unreasonable that anybody, if we were to put our name on there, we would actually get on there. So, yeah.
I'm curious about this.
So
Next
it's
time
really
we
the
go.
only time you get to go is if you know somebody. So that's really the only way.
Well, we need to meet somebody.
Yeah, we do. I know of a person who knows a person that is a member. But that part won't happen because it's just be weird. Let's leave it at that.
It's a long pause.
Should be a suspense. So yeah. So we are going to do something new this week because we had no idea what to talk about.
This has run its course.
we have run out of ideas.
No, we have stuff in the future, but nothing that worked tonight. Yeah,
but
or
you know,
this
the
week, I
whole
should
point
say.
of this was just to like talk about Disneyland, Disney parks, and so that's what we're gonna do. Is a fireside chat. We got the fire going.
We do have a fire going. Well, and here's how often we talk about Disney things is that earlier today, like we kind of talked about like, oh, is that what, I think one of us mentioned it yesterday, possibly doing this, just an episode of just like winging it and talking about it. But then this morning we were like, yeah, let's do that. And this is how much we talk about Disney because you're like, okay, so don't bring anything up for the rest of the day because it's not like we have to go a whole week to have something to talk about.
We talk about
okay,
it
don't
at least a couple times a day.
Don't talk. So anything that you have that you think about or have to say for the rest of the day, don't bring it up yet. It wasn't like, okay, don't talk to me this week about Disneyland. It was like, no, don't talk to me today.
Don't talk to me about today. But I mean, I guess we did talk about it because
we did. We actually talked about it for like for a while because we were
planning our next trip. Yeah. So, which it's always fun. I guess we could talk about that here too. But I guess maybe we start with the news, Disney news, stuff that's happened in the Disney news. We've kind of talked about this offline, but the rumors of park reservations going away.
Oh, mm-hmm.
This is just for Disney World.
Right. And the park hop time.
Yeah. So the rumor is, this isn't confirmed yet, but rumor is for Disney World that for people who buy tickets, so not pass holders, but just if you went and bought, a 3-day pass to a 3-day ticket package or just even a single day ticket to Disney World, you no longer have to make a park reservation, because when you buy that ticket, you're pretty much saying I'm going, so they count you as making a reservation, even though you don't have to pick a reservation for a specific day.
For a specific day, which is obviously how it used to be.
Yeah,
you bought a ticket, and I mean but you didn't have to like buy a ticket for a specific date. You could just buy a ticket at Vaughn's.
Yeah, and I think they were good for like up to a year or something like that.
Yeah.
So if you buy a ticket, you don't need to make a reservation. You can park hop anytime. You don't have to wait till 2 p.m. But if you're a annual pass holder, you still have to make a reservation, and there's still a specific time you have to park hop. So,
which that I don't see why that would make a difference, really. Like, I mean, okay, if they still want annual pass holders to make reservations, like, so they have some idea of the crowds or whatever. But why can people who buy tickets park hop anytime, but annual pass holders have to wait? Like, is it really going to make that big of a difference in one park or the other before 2:00? Probably not. It's a few hours. Just let them do it. Like, I don't understand. But again, that is just rumored, and for Disney World, I don't know. I mean, like, the reservations made total sense when they first reopened, because they were keeping capacity down.
For sure.
And it's like, in one way, I think it's nice, because I have heard stories. We have friends who, when she was young, her family, they went and it was really busy, and they left the park. They were staying like at a Good Neighbor Hotel across the street, walked back to like rest for a bit. And when they came back to go into the park, it was at capacity and they couldn't get back in.
Yeah.
So that stinks. It's like, so I get that reservations would be nice. I mean, if you're traveling, you want to know you're going to be able to go in, and they're not like, sorry, the park is full. I have never, ever been. That has never happened to me. The park is full. But it's like they went years and years and years and years and years and years without having this reservation system. They put it in place when it reopened during the pandemic, when low capacity and all that. But now that everything is back to normal as far as capacity, I don't see the need for it. It's like, okay, you got by for 60 some odd years without reservations. What's the point of it now? Like,
I think it's partly, I see it as two things. One, it could be used as a way to where they could gauge how much of a workforce they need. They see, okay, this is, we have a lot of reservations for this day, so let's make sure we're staffed up. We have everything that we need to make sure that everything goes smoothly that day. I'm not entirely sure that's probably why, but it could also be something that creates a false sense of
urgency,
that it's limited, and that if you don't get a reservation right now, then you're going to miss out. And so it causes people to panic buy.
Or like, why not combine the two? So you have to buy a ticket for a certain day.
Yeah.
Like, why have, okay, now you purchase your ticket, now you have to have a reservation. Because you have
that's kind of how the process is now.
Oh, is it changed?
So yeah, when you buy a ticket, it asks you for which day, because that determines how much your ticket's going to cost. Because certain days are more expensive than others.
I thought that was just Genie Plus. That's tickets too?
Tickets too, yeah.
Is that new?
No, it's been for a couple of years.
Oh, okay.
That was before the pandemic. They were doing tiered pricing. So,
okay.
So certain times of the year, like summer, obviously, is more expensive to go.
Yes, I do remember that. Right.
So they do that. So yeah. So we'll see if that comes to Disneyland. I'm not sure.
I want our idea for the Genie Plus, like, bundling.
Did we talk about that last time? Yeah, we talked about that.
Because I asked what you would change.
That's right. That's right. I
About
can't
Genie
remember if we
Plus.
were talking about that in general or during the podcast.
I think we both.
Yeah.
But yeah, if Iger makes changes to the Plus,
That another thing that's new with Genie Plus. Now this is confirmed. So some eagle-eyed Disney fans noticed that Disney changed the terms of service for Genie Plus. So when you know the thing where you say you check here to agree to terms. No one really reads those, but somebody did, and
good job.
they noticed that they added a line that Disney may stop selling Genie Plus if demand gets too high. So if you go in thinking you're going to get Genie Plus, but it's a busy day at the park and a lot of people are buying it, they may stop the sales of it and you may not be able to use it.
Yeah.
So there's another thing that they're taking away. Even though it's like you would have to pay for it, but if you want to pay, you don't have the opportunity to.
Don't wait on it.
Yeah.
If you want to get it.
I mean, that's to make the best use of it. You have to get it in the morning.
Right.
You can't buy it in the afternoon because if it's a busy day, everything's going to be sold out by the time you get it in the afternoon anyways. So if you decide to do that, that's probably on you for making that decision.
It's such a game and strategy. And I'm not going to lie. Sometimes it's fun to talk. All right, what's our strategy? Listen.
Yeah.
But
it didn't used to be like that.
Man, I know I say it all the time, but it's like, it is no longer, I take that back. Because when we went in May and we had the baby with us, we didn't get it. And we were like, it's just going to be slow. And we're just going to, but at the same time, we barely rode any rides.
Yeah.
We had the baby, so we weren't riding any fast rides. We rode a few single rider. But so you can do it and we had a good time. But the focus was not on rides at all.
Yeah.
If your focus is on rides, it's like you have to play the game. You have to have the strategy. You have to, in order to get the most out of it. And I mean, I guess you don't. You can wait, but you're not going to get as much done. If you're waiting, at least an hour for these different rides, you're not going to get as much done. But I don't know. And like I said, it's not like, we enjoy talking strategy. Okay, let's get, do this ride and then stack this and we have fun with it. But if I had to choose, I would go back in time before all this. I mean, when you just go.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, when there was no reservations and you could just go whenever.
No Genie Plus.
But with Fast Passes, there was still a strategy.
Not as much.
No, not as much. But there was still okay, we can get this Fast Pass. Okay, then it was the same thing. You could stack them. It was kind of, you had to wait a couple hours till you can get your next one.
Right.
And you could stack, you can have a physical stack of Fast Pass tickets if you decide to stack them. But that's the thing, is you didn't know what the Fast Pass times were until you got to the ride.
Right. Yeah. You had to walk across the park or whatever to. Yeah, that's true. But there wasn't the getting it at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
Well, that's Disney World. Disneyland, you get it when you get into the park and I don't know. And I'm sure there was mad dashes to rides. You hear me talk about the good old days.
Yeah. So tomorrow, today is Sunday, November 27th. When this comes out, it'll be Monday.
Parents' anniversary.
Your parents' anniversary? Mm-hmm. Congrats to your parents. The reason why this is funny Actually, this is very morbid.
It's not funny.
It's not funny.
It's funny because
That was a poor choice of words.
it's not funny. And I guess I shouldn't have laughed. If you know me personally, I laugh at those things. What he said was ironic. I don't know if that's the right word. Not only were my parents divorced, they have both passed on. So
Yeah.
to say,
Yeah. We're getting dark on this Disney podcast tonight. So this is what happens when we don't have a theme. We go in these very dark places. So let's move
anyways,
on. Tomorrow, the day that you're listening to this will come out on Monday morning, Monday, November 28th, is the first official full week of Bob Iger's return to the Walt Disney Company.
oh my goodness.
Reason why I bring this up
That's so interesting.
is because, for the past 2 weeks, has it been 2 weeks?
Was that just last week that we talked about this?
No, it was last week because it came out Sunday, the Sunday before Thanksgiving. This was a very long week. So actually I take it back. It's only been it's been like half a week because we have Monday,
Holiday.
Tuesday, and then, or actually Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then mostly everybody has Thursday, Friday off. So he's made some adjustments to the company, laying off of some people, some key departments. And he announced that he's restructuring the company. Mm-hmm. He didn't say how, but he wants to put creative control back into the creatives in the company. Mm-hmm. So tomorrow, again, Monday, he's holding a town hall with the whole company. So we'll see if he's supposed to announce his strategic plan going forward. So we'll see what that is. The past week, there's been lots of articles, especially on Facebook, a lot of these Disney parks unofficial blogs and things like that. People are saying, here's what Iger's going to do to the parks and how he's going to make the parks better. I personally do not think he's going to make big changes to the parks because the parks are not the money-making portion of the company. It's the TV networks, the streaming, all that stuff. That makes the majority of the money for the company, not the theme parks. And so I think there might be some things that he may address to make them more enjoyable. Because I mean, the theme park fans are very
They're loud. Yeah.
They're very loud.
They're the loud ones,
but
yeah.
they're a minority. And the whole reason why he's being brought back is to right the financial wrongs that Chapek made. The parks did amazingly well the past few years under Chapek.
Well, that's because
he nickel and dimed everybody.
ripping everybody off.
So, but I think there'll be only small changes. I don't think that he's going to come in and redo the parks and take away Genie Plus and lower ticket prices, all that stuff. I think what he's going to do, if anything, he's going to do things that are going to add value. So maybe we see things that are more package deals, but not so much cheaper, if that makes sense.
Well, who's going to take prices down right now? No, prices are not going to, that's not going to happen.
I think the biggest changes that you're going to see is to the studios, to the TV networks, to Disney Plus.
Which who even knows what is that? Like the majority of people, what are they going to notice about that?
It's all going to be behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah. So I think I read somebody's post talking about kind of saying the same thing, but saying what would be nice is seeing how it seems like some of the maintenance of things have been put on a back burner a bit in the parks.
Yeah.
Rides getting shut down more and things not being fixed.
Indiana Jones.
Like Indiana Jones. I know in the past I've said I didn't want to spoil the ride if anyone hasn't been on it.
But there's a part of that ride that has been working for years.
For years.
Yeah.
And I know, like you and I noticed it on our anniversary trip, in 2019?
Yeah.
And then when I took the boys on it for the first time in August, I was like, I couldn't wait for this part. And it was a big letdown. They weren't expecting anything different. They didn't know. But I was like, what? Like parts of Rise of the Resistance that don't run the way they did when the ride first opened. Things like that, it's like, why aren't you guys fixing this?
I can see Bob Iger addressing that because not going to, he's not going to change ticket prices and things like that.
Yeah.
I think he's going to address the things that make Disney park fans upset, which is a big thing, is the state, the cosmetics of the park and rides, because there was Bob Chapek was going to move all of Imagineering, which is based in Glendale, California, to Orlando. So he was going to move the entire operation of the Imagineers to Orlando, and that be the new headquarters. People did not like that.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, didn't want to move to Florida if they wanted to keep their job. And so that actually didn't happen yet. It was going to happen, then it got postponed. I wouldn't be surprised if that all stays in California. But I'm just saying, a lot of people are saying like, oh, he's going to come change the parks and make it better, make it cheaper. I was like, I don't think that's going to happen. I think anything, he's going to be adding value, and he's going to address the state, the cosmetics of the park and the rides and all that kind of stuff.
It would be nice if some of the things with Genie Plus, like, go back to it just being a flat rate. Like, I mean, it would be great if they went back to the original price, but if you're not, whatever. But like the other day I saw, it was last week, it was the highest it had ever been in Disney World at $29.
That's just ridiculous.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, if the park is super busy, you're already making a bunch of money because the park is super busy. Like, come on. Like, and the more people that are in there, the more people are going to buy Genie Plus. So can you just have it be, when we were in Disney World, it was $15 a person.
Yeah.
And it was $20 at Disneyland. Like, just have it be that.
That was before the tiered pricing. Yeah.
None of this tier with Disney or with Genie Plus. It's ridiculous. Same thing with the individual lightning lanes. Like, I don't like the individual lightning lanes. I think it should all be together. But if you're going to have them, none of this like, oh, it's really busy today, so pay an extra $55. No, that's ridiculous. They haven't done that high, but they will. Yeah. Like, it's just ridiculous. Just have it be a flat rate. And then, like, it would be nice if there was some kind of, like we talked, like a bundle of 4, and then from then add on, because we would obviously need more than 4. Our family's bigger than 4. So you have like single, double, package of 4, and then add-ons or something like that.
They do the same thing for tickets.
Yeah.
They do the same thing for tickets, for multi-day tickets. Why can't they do the same thing for Genie Plus?
Yeah, because it's just ridiculous. I'm going to start just shoving kids under my sweater and carrying them on the ride with me or something. Like,
well, have you seen these social videos of parents smuggling their kids into...
I haven't...
into Disney World?
I know, I did see one.
Some parents try to smuggle. They try to pass their like 9-year-old daughter as an infant. As an infant,
they put her in an infant car seat. I mean, they didn't like strap her in, but they had her sit and put a blanket over her like the baby was sleeping. Yeah. And they got through the gate. Yeah. But then someone said, like, a cast member was like, "Oh, they'll catch them. Like, they'll find them later. Yeah. There's cameras. They'll find it." But it's like, and if you get caught, you
get banned.
Yeah. But it's like, we just put like Boston. He's 3.
No, they charge you.
Oh, wait, 3. I'm sorry. He's 2.
He's 2.
I do have short kids, so.
He's a big bone 2-year-old.
That would be a very large 2-year-old. Yeah. Anyways. our upcoming trip should be interesting. I'm nervous about it.
What are you nervous about? Why is it interesting?
I'm just nervous for a couple of reasons. We're going like 2 or 3 weeks about, we haven't picked exact dates, but we know around the time after Mickey and Minnie's opens.
Yeah.
Normally this time, I should say normally,
Typically.
it's not slow anymore. I'm trying to think, did we go? Oh no, last February we went to Disney World.
We went to Disney World.
I'm like, what was it like? Because last February would have been the first time we had been back at that time after the closure. Because we'd always go in the winter and we go in the summer. But last year we didn't do our Disneyland trip in the winter because we did Disney World. So we haven't been at that time.
Yeah.
Since 2020. We went right before it shut down.
Yeah.
We went like a month before it shut down.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see what the crowd level is. I mean, we went in August, so
Yeah.
it was busy. But with Mickey and Minnie's opening and then it being the 100th celebration, just like what it is, I'm nervous about Genie Plus.
Yeah.
It's more expensive than it was when we were there last time. And then who knows what it's going to be because of the tiered pricing.
Yeah.
And do we want to get it? Do we not want to get it? I mean, obviously we prefer to have it, but can we purchase it? Like,
Yeah.
I don't even know if we can. And because that's a huge that's huge.
Yeah.
And so I'm all nervous.
Yeah.
And with Mickey and Minnie's, it's like, I almost want to try our strategy that we talked about in our recap. Or not our recap. I think it was like our tips that we learned after this last trip. Because, we talked about the huge mad rush to Rise.
Yeah.
And how we got on Big Thunder, Space Mountain. All of these were like 10, 15. I think Big Thunder at one point went up to maybe 20 minutes. But because this mad rush to Rise, we talked about for our early park or magic. Well, it wasn't even magic hour at that point because the park opens and everyone, about hitting all those other rides, not buying Genie Plus, possibly only purchasing individual Lightning Lane for Rise because you can do that later. And in the morning, hitting all those other big rides while everyone's trying to get on Rise or Mickey, and then in February, Mickey and Minnie's.
I assume that's going to be an individual Lightning Lane.
I think so. So I'll have to do the math on that. What would be more expensive to purchase Genie Plus and try to rope drop Mickey and Minnie's, and then pop and try to get Rise some other time in the day, not purchasing it, or purchase individual for Mickey and Minnie's and Rise, don't get Genie Plus and hit all those big rides first thing in the morning, like Big Thunder, Space Mountain, Star Tours, while everyone's trying to get those. Because then the other two big hitters, we've got Mickey and Minnie's and Rise, we've purchased for later. We don't have to worry about the lines being an hour, 2 hour, 3 hours long. Yeah.
Well, the thing with Rise, though, is that sometimes it costs the individual Lightning Lanes sometimes like $20. It's gone up like super high.
Right. But so that wouldn't.
So that would.
But that's not included in Genie Plus. So it's if we chose to. But we're not rope dropping it.
No.
Because I will never do it again.
Yeah.
It made me fear. Although I take that back. I would be willing to try to see that back way behind Fantasyland like we talked about. Not rope dropping right in front of Frontierland like we did.
Yeah, rookie move.
But
such noobs.
Well, I suggested Fantasyland. You didn't want to do it.
I was the noob.
I would be willing to try that way. And I keep all of the children and you book it. Because trying to rush with the kids just made me angry because people were pushing my kids.
Yeah.
So you go.
But that's also kind of a jerk move to like one person.
It's also a jerk move to push my 9-year-old.
Yeah, no, it is. That was a pretty jerk move.
Some 50-year-old woman pushing my 9-year-old boy. So, okay, you could take Noah with you because he's speedy.
Yeah.
I'll keep the other ones that move like snails.
Yeah.
And, because we did it last time. really, because you lost us. I was carrying Georgia. I couldn't keep up with you.
Yeah,
And at
yeah.
a certain point when I was like completely out of breath and she was getting like scared from the crowd,
Yeah.
I was like, I'm done. I'm just walking. I'll meet you there.
Yeah.
Like, this is
Yeah.
ridiculous. I'm not going to traumatize my baby. So but I would be willing to try the Fantasyland, the backside of Fantasyland, and see if that's any better. I will not do, because, in front of Frontierland, Adventureland, you have all the people that aren't getting in for that magic hour
Yeah.
lined up right there where they can't get into Fantasyland. So it would just be the early magic hour people. So I would be willing to try that, but yeah, I'll have to do some math and we'll have to consider maybe just purchasing Mickey and Minnie's and not getting Genie Plus.
Yeah. Yeah. We might have to do that.
And, because the plan is to stay at a Disneyland resort again. So we would have that or magic hour.
Yeah.
We could get Peter Pan.
Yeah.
We could, I'm trying to think of just the long, Peter Pan, Big Thunder, Space Mountain, Star Tours, Indiana Jones.
That one
Indiana Jones would be one to go to, or because that one gets.
That might be one that we may need a rope drop. Like that'd be the first one we do, because that one gets long later in the day.
It didn't open. Remember, it wasn't open for a while.
Well, that's
so
big. They have issues with it, and so they
all
have to
the
work on it.
time. So it's like we could be on Big Thunder, we could be on Space Mountain, and we're just standing here waiting for Indiana Jones. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know what I could go for?
A churro.
Yes, that. And one of our anniversary trips, we went to Trader Sam's. I would like to go there again.
I don't remember what I got, or I remember being really hungry. It's like a bar.
It's a bar. They don't offer food.
They had like,
They had like bar food.
yeah. And I remember being hungry and not really knowing what to get. I don't remember what I got.
They now have like a restaurant, like a to-go restaurant. You can like mobile order there, and then you can get a reservation for the bar itself. I got something, I forgot what it's called. It was a shipwreck.
Sounds familiar.
And when you order it, like the whole inside goes crazy.
Yeah.
It's like I ordered shipwreck, and then like the bartender like rang like a bell, and like it started getting like thunder or something like that. But yeah, I'd like to try that again.
I want Pimp's Kitchen again.
Yes, that was good.
That was good.
That was really
And there was a drink that a cast member told me about and I really wanted.
That's right.
But I didn't get. Now I can't remember what it was.
It was some type of like hard seltzer type
Had
thing.
watermelon.
And
And we were there in August and it was hot and I really wanted it, but it didn't work out.
Yeah. So I'll have to do it next time. We always say that we're going to do this next time.
But there's too many things. There's too many things to do next time. And then we run out of time.
There's one thing that I've been wanting to do for years at Galaxy's Edge. It's the cold brew coffee.
Hey, last time I told you a few
know.
times, I'm like, no, don't do this. Let's go get your cold brew. And you're like, I don't feel like it.
I know.
You
I
don't feel
know.
like it.
Well, we're going in February. It's going to be cold. I'm not going to want cold brew now. But yeah. Mandalorian is now at Galaxy's Edge.
He's walking around with a little puppet.
Yeah. With Grogu. He's not a puppet.
Okay.
Baby Yoda.
Baby Yoda.
Grogu.
I don't know. I don't dislike The Mandalorian. Wasn't my favorite.
Yeah.
It's like you've seen those things going around, those like reels or whatever. It's like, what's something you'd get hate for if you said it out loud?
Yeah.
I think Baby Yoda is way overrated. way
Blasphemy.
overrated. I'm not gonna lie. We got the little shoulder Baby Yoda for Boston and downtown Disney.
Yeah.
When we went during, it was when Disneyland was still closed and we were down there.
Mm-hmm.
And so we went to downtown Disney and he got a little baby Yoda shoulder magnet thing. And it was super cute with him walking around. But
Yeah.
like, and then during the show, I'm like, oh, that's cute. And then it's okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Baby Yoda's kind of cute. But the obsession, I'm just not. I'm not there. I'm not.
Yeah, that's understandable. It's not for everybody.
I'd rather have an Ewok.
Ewoks are cute.
I'd much rather have an Ewok.
Ewoks walking around Galaxy's Edge would be pretty awesome.
That would be amazing. I would be very excited about
either
that.
Disney would be in trouble for child labor or taking advantage of
Discrimination.
people. So
I would. Why can't I think of the Ewok's name?
Wicket.
Wicket.
Yeah.
How many of you have seen the Ewok Adventure?
It's not on Disney Plus.
Oh my. They took it off?
It's never been on there.
What did we watch it on? No, we watched it.
Did we, Caravan of Courage?
Yes, because I sent video to my brother.
I don't remember watching it.
The boys watched it. You didn't watch it. The boys watched it. Because my brother loved this movie and loves maybe still. And so I sent him video because it's so bad. And I remember him watching it like when I was little. And like parts of it, I was like, oh my gosh, I so remember this. Oh my gosh, I remember this. But I didn't remember the quality acting. It's so, oh my gosh, there was a scene where I was like crying, laughing, and I was sending video to my siblings. I'm like, what?
But not your parents.
Too far.
going back into that dark
place. You're going dark again, Tim. Too far. The audience won't understand.
I know. They're going to think we're heartless people.
I'm not.
No, we're not heartless. Trust us.
I'm just.
Please.
Trust us. We just lost our 2 listeners. Hey, how you doing, Germany?
Hey, they're still listening. Germany's still listening.
Germany. Thank you.
We're getting people all over the U.S.
And Germany.
Sometimes from Japan too.
Hey.
Yeah. So hey, Japan, thanks for listening. But Minnesota, Massachusetts, seen in Nebraska, Tennessee, Texas, New York. So
okay, I may have friends and family in all these places.
Brooklyn, New York.
Okay, Brooklyn. I do not have
What's up, Brooklyn?
Friends or family in Brooklyn.
Brooklyn 99.
I do have family in Massachusetts. We have friends in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah. Okay. Hey, we made it to 38 minutes with no theme.
Talking about nothing.
Hey, sometimes people just enjoy talking about nothing.
I don't know. Oh, I have a new.
A new what? New question?
I was trying to think of
segment.
Yeah, like a segment, tradition. What was the other word I was thinking of? A new. Now all I can think of is segment, but that wasn't the word I was thinking of. But instead of questions, which if we come up with questions, like ask them, I'm not going to stop.
Okay.
But we tend to tell a lot of stories.
Yes.
We have gone, I don't know if anyone has realized this, but we've gone to the parks a lot.
Yeah, we go a lot. And
we always end up, we say something like, oh, remember that time when it is this and this and this, and Jack was like 5 and then he threw up and then or whatever. So
he's never thrown up.
He's never thrown up at Disneyland.
At the parks. He's thrown up.
Oh, I just thought of a story though. Okay, so to start my story.
Okay.
So I was thinking of a new segment that would be like
story time with Audrey.
No, like a walk down memory lane or something like that. And we each share a memory. Doesn't have to be like this grand favorite memory. It could just be something little. But because I've thought about episodes where I'm like, oh, what if we did like our top 3 best memories. I'm like, that is way too hard. That's way too hard.
Yeah.
So I want you to make a little jingle about walking down.
Boop, ba-doop, boop,
You're
boop,
gonna
boop.
no, like make it, because you're gonna change that every time. Like walking down memory lane,
Okay.
and we can just like have a little story time about each having a memory.
Memory lane with Tim and all. Go.
That's my nickname.
I know.
Well, but I'm telling people
Okay.
because they'd be like, "What's awe?" That's me.
It's a periodic table of elements abbreviation for gold. AU.
For gold, huh?
Because you're golden.
I'm
babe.
golden. Okay. Anyways, so my first memory, this just came up when I said Jack throwing up. But so when Jack was potty training,
I know exactly where you're going, but go ahead.
so for he was afraid of the big potty.
Falling in the toilet.
So
Sorry, Jack.
yeah, yeah. Sorry, bud. So hopefully they don't listen to this one. So everywhere we went, we had to carry one of those little portable like potty inserts that you put on top of your toilet for
Toilet
like a
seat. Toddler.
toddler toilet seat
Yeah.
thing. It was
Cars.
a Lightning
Cars.
McQueen. Yes, it was a
Yep.
Lightning McQueen one, and I had a bag, and I had to take it with me everywhere.
Yep.
And at the time, we lived, like 30 minutes from any town or city. So if I came into a city, like I was there for several hours doing shopping and stuff because, so no doubt my 2.5, 3-year-old would need to go to the bathroom. So anyways, we had wanted to get rid of it, but this kid
I hated
is
that thing.
stubborn, and was like terrified and would just throw a fit and like not. And it was just like, okay, we at the time then had a 6-month-old baby as well. And it was just like not worth the fight. We'll just take the thing with us. Right. So I wish we would have had video of our faces. So we're staying at the Disneyland Hotel. We go and we're walking through security
Yep.
to get into downtown Disney. And the guy's like, "Oh, you can't bring that in." And my sister was with us, and she said the look on both of our faces was just like pure terror.
We're whites with
was
fear.
just like, we were so afraid. And it made complete and total sense. We couldn't believe that we didn't thought of it before. He's
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, that's not sanitary." And we
true,
always
it's not.
had wipes. We always like
Always cleaned it.
cleaned it off, but like it made total sense. But didn't cross our minds. We took it everywhere. And just the looks on our faces. I was like, this is going to be the worst day ever.
Yeah.
This day, he's not going to go to the bathroom. We're going to have to come back to the hotel to like go to the bathroom. He's like, so we can keep it and just toss it out, or you can take it back. So you ran it back to the hotel.
We were staying at Paradise Pier at the time.
Oh, I thought we were staying at Disneyland Hotel.
No, this is Paradise Pier
Pier?
because I remember
Running back to Paradise Pier.
Yeah.
And yeah, we were just like, this day is ruined. Like I was so stressed out because this kid was just so stubborn and had a temper, and I was just like, this is going to be awful. So it comes to when he needs to go.
Oh my gosh, I was stressed
He
out.
tells us he needs to go. So you take him, and I'm like, this is going to be the worst.
Totally fine.
No problem at all.
Totally
just
fine.
went to the bathroom
Yeah.
all day long. No problem. And so then we get back to the hotel room, and I was like, throw it away.
Yeah. Not
Like,
using that
just
again.
throw it away. So we just got rid of it.
Yeah.
And he was fine. But yeah,
Oh
it
my
was just,
gosh.
he just knew, I guess. Cause I think we told him, we were like, we can't, we can't do it. Like, and we can't stay at Disneyland if you don't go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
And you always hear it. I don't know if you do in the men's bathroom, but in the women's bathroom, every trip, I'll hear some mom fighting her kid. Just be like, you need to be like, no, I'm gonna fall in. And she's like, no, you're not. Like every trip. But
Oh man.
yeah, so if you're in the same boat, I apologize. It's not a fun boat to be in, but just know they won't let you take that into the park.
Do not take A toddler toilet seat. They will not let you.
I can't believe that we did that. Like, we would not do that now. We'd be like,
know.
no.
Yeah. You're going to fall in. If you fall in, you're going to fall in. Just deal with it.
But honestly, like, I remember trying. I remember, like, I'd forget it. And he wouldn't go. Like, yeah.
I don't have a story to top that. I don't. Because I remember that like it was yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Just the fear.
Well, it was a few months ago. I'm just kidding.
Sorry, Jack.
I'm
no,
just
we're
kidding, Jack.
We're just kidding.
You're a little man now.
Yes, you are. A stubborn little man. But we love you. Yeah, I don't have a story to top that. I'm sorry.
I just remember us turning to each other and just like our jaws dropped, just like, oh my God, this is going to be horrible. I thought the day was ruined, but he did wonderful. And thanks to Disneyland, we were not tied to that seat any longer.
Yeah.
We threw it away that day.
Yeah. Yep, never again.
I feel like you went to put it on and I was like, no,
Probably.
throw it away. He's fine. He doesn't need it.
Yeah.
Tell him we lost it. Yeah. So there's my story.
It's a good one. It's a really good one. So yeah, well, that's what we got.
That's this episode.
I think it was good. It was enjoyable. We talked about the future of Disney under Bob Iger. We talked about
bored with that. I'm so bored with that.
usual gripes about Genie Plus.
I'm sorry.
It's it's just something that
We just need to go so that we have a trip recap.
I know we need to go. We're working on it, people.
We're working on it. Trip recaps are the best.
Yeah.
In our opinion.
We want to do more like games and like
I
things
have
like
a game.
That.
I have a game.
But we just need more. We need guests.
We need to have some guests because the game I have, it just won't be fun if I'm giving you all of these clues or what have you. And it just won't be as fun. So, but that takes
people
some scheduling and things. Mm-hmm. So we'll work on it.
Yeah. So that's it for this week. We hope you have a wonderful week if you're listening to us on Monday.
Yes. Enjoy the week.
If you're listening to us on Friday, I hope you have a great weekend. Wednesday. You're almost there. It's hump day.
You're going to have a horrible day.
Don't say that. Just going in our dark place.
Going in my dark place again.
So you also learned a lot about us as people.
You learned some personal information about me.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for listening.
You can follow us on Instagram. Maybe we'll post someday.
Yeah. We haven't posted in a long time. Sorry. Not that. Our 102 followers are upset about that.
You know what? Maybe they are. And I'm sorry. If you follow us on Instagram.
That's all she has to say about that. So thanks for listening. Oh, and you can follow us at dreaming.of.disney.podcast on Instagram.
I'll try to be.
Maybe we'll post something. We'll see. See if we're in the mood.
Maybe you can make a reel.
Maybe I will.
Make that a goal this week.
Okay, I'll make a reel this week.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you later.
Bye.